Have you ever wondered if something as ordinary as the water in your glass could be quietly shaping your vitality? If you've noticed fatigue, lower energy, or even challenges with performance and stamina after 60, the culprit may not be age alone. It might be dehydration. Your body is about 60% water. Every heartbeat, every muscle contraction, and yes, every aspect of your sexual function depends on it. Without enough hydration, blood thickens, circulation slows, and the very systems that keep you strong and confident begin to falter. I'm Dr. Catherine Rocker, a men's health specialist with 30 years of experience helping men restore their energy and protect their sexual well-being. Too often, I see men overlook the simplest factor of all: proper hydration. It's not just about quenching thirst, it's about fueling your heart, your hormones, and your vitality. Today, we'll uncover how water impacts your blood flow, testosterone levels, and energy. You'll also learn practical, science-backed ways to hydrate strategically so that every sip works for you, not against you. And toward the end, I'll share a quick, natural daily ritual that supports circulation and confidence in less than a minute. So, let's get started. The first key is understanding how deeply water influences your body's most fundamental system: blood flow. Why water matters for men's health. Think of your body as a finely tuned machine. Without oil, even the best engine grinds down. For us, that oil is water. Every cell, from your brain to your muscles to your reproductive system, relies on hydration to function. Your blood itself is mostly water. When you're well hydrated, it flows smoothly like a strong, steady river, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every corner of your body. That includes the pelvis, where healthy circulation directly supports stamina and performance. But when you're dehydrated, blood thickens like mud in a clogged pipe. The heart has to work harder, pressure builds, and circulation slows, leaving you tired, sluggish, and weaker where you most want strength. Now, here's something many men don't realize. Water doesn't just keep you alive, it keeps you vibrant. Proper hydration supports the release of nitric oxide, a natural compound that relaxes blood vessels and allows more blood to reach key areas. Scientists call nitric oxide the gatekeeper of circulation. Without it, the system stalls. With it, you feel energized, alert, and capable. So the next time you feel low on energy or less steady in your performance, don't just assume it's aging. It might be your body's way of saying, "I need water." Blood flow and erection health. At its core, an erection is simply a blood flow event. When your vessels open wide and blood surges into the pelvic region, you get firmness and stamina. When circulation is weak, everything feels less reliable. Here's the kicker: your blood is mostly water. Hydration isn't just about quenching thirst. It literally determines how easily blood can move. Well-hydrated blood is fluid, quick, and efficient. Dehydrated blood thickens, turns sluggish, and struggles to deliver oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. Modern science backs this up. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Physiology showed that hydration increases nitric oxide availability. That's the very molecule your body relies on to relax blood vessels and enhance blood flow, especially in the pelvis. Without enough nitric oxide, vessels remain tense and narrow, starving your tissues of energy and responsiveness. I once worked with John, a 65-year-old who came into my clinic frustrated. He said nothing seemed to work. His energy was low, and intimacy felt like a constant uphill battle. But when we looked closer, his daily hydration was 3 cups of coffee and maybe a soda. Actual water? Almost none. I gave him a simple plan: consistent hydration spread throughout the day. 3 weeks later, he returned smiling, telling me he felt stronger, slept better, and yes, his performance had improved. It wasn't a new medication or a risky procedure, it was water, hormones, and hydration. Blood flow isn't the only thing water controls. Your hormones, especially testosterone, depend on proper hydration to stay balanced. And testosterone is the engine behind a man's energy, confidence, and drive. Here's what happens when you're dehydrated. Your body slips into survival mode. Instead of optimizing hormones for strength and vitality, it focuses on keeping blood pressure stable and regulating temperature. The reproductive system becomes a lower priority. On top of that, dehydration triggers a rise in cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol and testosterone work like a seesaw. When cortisol goes up, testosterone drops. That means less desire, lower stamina, and a general lack of drive. A 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology confirmed this effect. Even mild dehydration raises cortisol significantly, disrupting hormonal balance. Your liver and kidneys, which help regulate hormones, also struggle when starved of water, adding another layer of imbalance. So if you've been feeling unmotivated, less resilient, or not quite yourself, it may not be just age. Often, it's your body waving a flag and saying, "Hydrate me." A glass of water won't replace youth, but it can reset the foundation your hormones rely on to keep you strong. Energy and confidence. Let's step back for a moment. Sexual health is not an isolated system, it's a reflection of your overall vitality. And one of the simplest ways to boost that vitality is by staying properly hydrated. When you drink enough water, your blood carries oxygen efficiently, your muscles recover faster, and your brain stays sharp. The result? You wake up with more drive, move through your day with more focus, and approach challenges, whether at work, at home, or in intimacy, with confidence. But when you're dehydrated, the opposite happens. Fatigue creeps in. Your body struggles to regulate temperature, your heart works harder than it should, and brain fog makes everything feel heavier. Many men chalk this up to getting older, but I've seen over and over again that it's often as simple as hydration. Think of water as the silent amplifier. It doesn't make you someone you're not, it helps the real you show up more consistently. Energy levels stabilize, mood improves, and confidence naturally rises. And when a man feels confident, it transforms not just his health, but his relationships, his outlook, and his daily life. Hydration isn't glamorous, but it's powerful. And it's one of the few levers you can pull every day that pays back in both strength and self-assurance. The right way to drink water. Now that we understand why water is so critical, the next question is, how should you drink it? Believe it or not, there's a right way and a wrong way to hydrate. Most men wait until they're thirsty, then grab a big glass and gulp it down. The problem is that your body doesn't absorb water efficiently when you flood it all at once. Instead, think of hydration like fueling a fire. You want steady, controlled logs, not one giant flare that burns out fast. Here are some practical science-backed tweaks. First, sip slowly throughout the day. Small, regular amounts allow your cells to absorb water better, keeping your blood flowing smoothly. Second, pay attention to temperature. Ice-cold water might feel refreshing, but it can shock your system and slow digestion. Room temperature or slightly warm water is gentler and helps nutrients move more efficiently. Third, add a pinch of natural, unrefined sea salt to your morning water. This restores electrolytes, minerals like potassium and magnesium, that act like spark plugs for your muscles and circulation. Without them, water just passes through without fully nourishing your cells. Finally, timing matters. Avoid drinking large amounts right before bed, or you'll interrupt your sleep with bathroom trips. And wait about 30 minutes after meals so you don't dilute your stomach juices. These are simple adjustments, but they can completely change how water supports your blood flow, energy, and overall vitality. The simple daily hydration ritual. Here's where it gets exciting. Hydration isn't just about how much water you drink. It's about how you combine it with small daily actions. And one of the simplest, most effective routines takes less than a minute. I call it the 60-second circulation ritual. Here's how it works. Start your morning with a glass of room temperature water. Before swallowing, hold each sip in your mouth for a few seconds. This allows it to mix with saliva, which begins the digestive process and helps your body absorb it more efficiently. Now add one more step. While sipping, take 3 slow, deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Why? Because deep breathing naturally boosts nitric oxide levels in your blood, the very compound that relaxes blood vessels and supports healthy circulation. When you combine hydration with oxygenation, you prime your system for energy and performance right from the start of the day. If you want an extra edge, squeeze in a bit of lemon or orange. The vitamin C helps protect your blood vessels and enhances nitric oxide production even further. That's it. 1 minute, a glass of water, a few deep breaths, and a dash of citrus. Do this consistently, and you'll notice steadier energy, sharper focus, and a stronger sense of vitality, without pills, gimmicks, or complicated routines. By now, you might be wondering, how much water do I actually need? The answer isn't one size fits all, but there are reliable guidelines. For most men over 60, the sweet spot is about 2.5 to 3 liters per day. That's roughly 10 to 12 glasses. Of course, your exact needs depend on body weight, activity level, and climate. A man in a hot, humid environment will naturally need more than one sitting indoors in cooler weather. But here's the good news. Your body gives you a built-in hydration meter. It's not your thirst. That's a late signal. It's your urine. Pale yellow? Perfect. That means your hydration is on target. Dark yellow or amber? You're running low. Time to drink up. Completely clear all the time? You may be overdoing it and flushing out electrolytes. Timing also matters. Spread your water evenly throughout the day instead of loading it all at once. Think of it like feeding your body steady fuel rather than dumping a full tank in one go. And avoid drinking large amounts right before bed, or your sleep will suffer. Hydration is about balance, not extremes. Listen to your body, use the urine test as a quick guide, and aim for consistency over perfection. We've covered a lot today, but the message is simple. Water is not just for survival, it's for strength, vitality, and confidence. Hydration supports blood flow, balances your hormones, lifts your energy, and even restores a sense of control over your masculinity after 60. And the best part? It doesn't cost a thing. No risky pills, no complicated treatments, just a daily habit you can start right now. Every sip you take is an investment in better circulation, clearer thinking, steadier energy, and yes, stronger intimacy. So here's your first step. Before the day is over, add 1 extra glass of water. That small action may seem trivial, but over weeks and months, it can transform the way you feel. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like so more men can discover this message. Share it with a friend, a brother, or a father who might be struggling silently. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Dr. Catherine Rocker, for more science-backed advice that helps you live healthier, stronger, and more confident without shame or gimmicks. In the comments, tell me, what's your biggest challenge with energy, vitality, or sexual health today? I read every response, and your story might be the inspiration another man needs to make a change. Stay hydrated, stay consistent, and remember, it's never too late to reclaim your vitality.